Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be talking about an experience I had while living in Osaka, Japan. I'll call this the domestic disturbance experience. So, I had mentioned in prior videos that I had lived in a UR managed property in Goten-yama, which is the suburban area that's part of the Hirakatashi and Greater Osaka suburban area, just in the northern section. Anyway, living in the apartment, everything was great. Quiet area, well maintained, very safe. However, there was, and I don't remember exactly what month it was. I do not believe it was winter. I remember it wasn't, really cold, and it definitely wasn't summer. It wasn't boiling hot. So it might have been around spring, fall. Where in my apartment, I started hearing voices upstairs. And, some heavy feet. And this went on for a couple of days where I could hear shouts and screams. And at least on one occasion, heard someone crying, after hearing a series of yells. And it's the first time I had ever experienced that while living there. And, the first time I heard it, I figured, okay, somebody just had a major blow-up or fight, no big deal. But once I heard the crying, and I think I heard it over a second day, I started worrying that there might be some domestic abuse going on upstairs. Now, me being a foreigner, not having good Japanese, not understanding the Japanese laws, confrontation was not in the cards. Especially if something is said and misinterpreted, or I, confront this person and maybe they act out violently against me, and then I'm blamed for the whole thing. So I wasn't going to go upstairs, knock on the door, and say, hey, what the hell's going on? However, it did weigh on my conscience. And I remember there was a koban. If you don't know what a koban is like a little police station. Might be manned by one or two people. It's like a tiny little office. I might have a picture of the one in Goten-yama. If I do, I'll put it up here. Specifically in the Goten-yama station, like right next to the station. So one day as I'm walking to the station, I think it was early in the morning, I said, I said to myself, I should probably see if I can talk to the police about it and let them know that something's going on upstairs. So get on Google, translate what I'm trying to say, go in there, and go back and forth with the translation software. Hey, this is what's going on. I'm hearing voices, somebody's screaming, somebody was crying. I don't know if someone's being abused, but it's been going on for a bit. So the policeman, takes down the statement, gets my information, and he says, and of course he's got his own translation software. He says, okay, when can we schedule to go there? I said, we? He says, yeah, so we can all go and there and talk to the person. I said, I'm not going up there. No, I'm letting you know so you guys can go and do something about it and check in to make sure everyone's okay. I don't need to go. I don't want to go. I'm just telling you. He says, oh, okay, no problem. And that was the end of it. I never heard a peep from upstairs afterwards. No policeman showed up at my door. I didn't get any notices in the mail or any surprises at my door or anything. It just stopped. But I thought it was a pretty shocking experience to have. And I'm sure it happens everywhere in the world. It doesn't matter how developed or underdeveloped or developing a nation is or what type of culture they have. There's unfortunately domestic abuse. And it may not have been that. It may have been just a kid throwing a tantrum. And, maybe that was the kid's voice. Or maybe somebody was having mental health issues and they're just lashing out in general. But it was a very unusual experience, and thank God, the one and only time. I hope that person's doing all right, regardless of their circumstances, and that it was resolved in a very peaceful way for everyone. Anyway, that's the story. See you guys in the next video.